Life is full of bittersweet transitions. It's difficult to know how these changes will impact us over time. They can hit harder than expected and may contribute to feelings of hopelessness.
You good, sir?
Or even thoughts of suicide.
We got this.
Support from friends and family can make a big difference to a veteran going through a difficult time.
We've got this, Dad.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
I got this.
Together, our actions could help save a life. Learn more at veteranscrisisline.net.
Hello and welcome again to Oscar Mike Radio. I'm the host, Travis, and we are Mission in Flight or on the move, however you want to do it. Oscar Mike Radio is part of the Hoobazoo Network. You can find out more on hoobazoo.com. Very excited about doing this show. Last year, this is a follow-up to a show I did in November about the VA's MOVE program and my involvement in that program, and kind of an update, keep myself honest and motivated and tell you what's going on. Lots of good stuff at the VA for veterans, and this is a great example of that. So a little background here. I got hurt in June, really bad. And one of the things that we want to do is to keep me from getting any bigger than I already am, which is easier said than done, but we wanted to do this the right way. Couldn't really starve myself because I'm trying to heal and, physical therapy was hard, so on and so forth, but needed a way to manage weight effectively. And so the primary care at the VA, I called him up, this is what I got going on. He's like, I'm gonna get you in the MOVE program. And it's a 16-week program that you do with other veterans and dieticians, physical therapists, psychologists even. And it really kind of helps you, if you embrace it, to reboot your approach to health, nutrition, and food and wellness. And I got off to a pretty good start. So as it stands right now, I'm down 26 pounds, yay. I'm actually lighter than I was this time last year before I competed in weightlifting in Florida. And, here's what's next. And, I had talked to the VA about this and a couple other friends saying, just like a lot of things, this part of my life to get me back into shape and competition shape and to essentially enjoy life is not going to be a one and done thing. I'm going to have to embrace a lifelong commitment to changing the way I eat and, changing my approach to food. Okay, no problem. How do we do that? And so this show is about, moving through the program, some of the things that I had going on, and then we'll talk about what is going on for the next couple of months. And eventually I hope that, one of the MOVE program leads can get on with us and kind of tell us their experience leading veterans through this. So in November, I had literally I was like 6 weeks into this. And as of this show right now, I've completed the MOVE program. So what happened during the time is every week for 16 weeks, there was, you get a workbook and you go through the workbook and you write down, but then you also meet to go over your goals and your stats with other veterans. And I found that at first I was like, well, I don't know these people, what's going on. But over time, I got to really, enjoy, if you will, the ability to hear other people's, struggles and then their victories, like when, they hit their exercise goal for the week, or, yeah, I had, a slice of pizza, but whereas I used to eat 6 pieces of pizza, I only had 1. Or I tried a new recipe, or, my family is helping me out and they're really behind me doing this. And you started to see the change in them to embrace this new way of life. It was really, really, really cool to see. And for me, it was kind of a hard time because I was going through physical therapy hard and heavy. And, just moving was difficult, but then doing the PT was difficult. And then doing the walking was like really mentally messing with me because, I could, working in downtown Boston, you walk a lot. And so, I took all that for granted and was trying to get that back, right? Like a lot of things, the MOVE program broke down certain things into small parcels, if you will, and allowed you to work through those small goals to get the overall larger goal. Like I like the idea that, hey, we're going to set a weight loss goal of 5% of your body weight. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Instead of thinking if you've got to lose, 40 pounds, oh my God. Well, okay, if you weigh, 250 pounds, 5% is like 12 and a half pounds. Well, shoot, I can do that. And then you're thinking, all I got to do is do 12 and a half pounds, like 3 and a half times, and I'm done. And that's what kind of happened with me was I wanted to be right at this weight right now as we get ready to, get me back into, full activity. And that was the thing, I was a little bit different than other veterans. Every veteran there had their own story. Some of them just wanted to be healthier and lose the weight. Some of them had like, not so much doctor's orders, but hey, you gotta, get your body weight under control and eat right to do this. And some of them were like me with, physical ailments or past injuries or even current injuries that were preventing them from living their full life. And so what they wanted us to do is to manage around that. And I started looking forward to the classes because, a lot of things were happening. I was, measuring my weight every day. I still do. I was, tracking my calorie intake. And it would, one of the things that became apparent is, once your, program leads really figured out that you were committed to this, not that they weren't anyway, but in my case, I told them what my objectives were and here's what I'm doing to do this. And they're watching the progress. They're like, let's tune your calories. We think you're eating you're not eating enough. I was down to like 2,100 calories a day and my weight loss stopped. And like, we got to get you up to like 26 to 2,700 calories a day so you can keep your metabolic rate going. Just little things like that to tune in what we're trying to do kind of got you through those plateaus and understanding what your body's doing. And it was just a very, non-judgmental, non-confrontational way to approach something that is understandably difficult for a lot of people, difficult for me because I couldn't, be active, and, difficult because, I'm trying to get active and everything hurt. I mean, even before I got hurt, I'm just like, I'm so used to being, in some kind of, dinged up through weightlifting training that feeling good's a mirage, right? I mean, what's feeling good like? But I was also told that that's a bad mental approach to have to life. That you can feel good if you take care of yourself. Well, that's work. Get a massage or meditate. That's all that. But the point is I didn't do this alone. I had help from my fellow veterans. I had help from, my children, and I had help from, the program leads, because you weren't just talking to one person. They would bring in other people, physical therapists who would walk you through different exercises and, tell you, hey, if you're experiencing pain and you qualify for VA healthcare, make an appointment through your primary care and we'll take care of you. And, it's a different show topic, but I can say that the physical therapy I got at the VA was stellar. It's a different story for a different time, but having gone through, an injury before it required physical therapy. It was night and day how the civilians approached it versus how the VA approached it. That's all I'm going to say. But I wasn't alone. I was never alone. It was never like, hey, if you're, you know, struggling, you're on your own, suck it up. No, it was like, hey, we want you to reach out to us through, the My Healthy Vet app, and, contact us through email. Let us know what's going on in the chat during the session, the weekly session, and we will figure it out. And going back to, my plateau is all of a sudden, I was eating the pretty much the same thing, but my weight loss stopped. And they're like, well, your body weight's going down and your calorie intake is kind of remaining the same. So we need to up your calories by, 600 to 700 calories more a day to get the metabolism going again. And sure enough, started losing weight. So, as I'm sitting here, right now where I'm at is in late December, early January, I was fully cleared by the orthopedic surgeon, the physical therapist, the doctor at the VA, and my primary care, and my coach, my weightlifting coach, to return to activity. So what happens now is between now and the first phase gate is April, and hopefully the next and last one will be July. And what's happening now is I'm trying to, and this is where mentally, this is just been a real wake up call that, we're not in Kansas anymore. It's just trying to get strong again, which is, I'd like to think I'm a pretty strong guy right now for a guy my age, but, you can't take, 9 months off and expect to, well, 6 months now, 7 months actually, and expect to be ready to compete at a high level again. I'm going to have to, crawl for a while before we walk, and definitely before I run. That's okay. And this is one of the things where the MOVE program is really kind of helping. This is kind of like with, returning to physical activity and taking that time and following the plan. The MOVE program really emphasizes, a continuous diligent effort over a long period of time. They're not advocating that you're going to lose 60 pounds in 4 months or lose 100 pounds in a year. They want you to take a proactive approach. Sure, absolutely. But they stress that this is a protracted engagement. This is a lifelong commitment. Make this commitment for the long term and you'll enjoy success. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to get my head around now is, well, I'm not going to be competing in nationals in this year. Next year would be a stretch, but definitely not this year. And I'm not going to, hit my goal weight, in the next 3 months. It's probably going to be a year to get us down where we want to be for the rest of my life. It's going to take time. And then when I hit that goal, I've got to have the mindset that I just can't, punch the easy button, nothing against Staples, and take it easy. I'm going to need to be mindful of what I do. And how I'm doing that is I have a scale. I get up in the morning, step on the scale and record my weight. The VA has a MOVE app that's on my phone. And then, I don't know if I've showed people this before. The VA also issued us, can you see it? There we go. This Fitbit that I'm using. I'm part of a program to test how they're monitoring veterans' health with Fitbit. And I didn't mind having my health monitored. So what's happening is this Fitbit is sending information back to the VA about everything from my sleep to my weight to calories burned, so on and so forth. And this is the VESA 2 model. And it's, one day I hope to grow out of it because I really miss wearing watches. Watches are my thing, but it's kind of helping me keep me honest, understand that, hey, if I walk, 3 or 4 miles a day, I'm going to hit my 10,000 steps. Watching my heart rate when, I'm doing things like the elliptical machine during the winter time to make sure I'm getting that good calorie burn going on. So I really like it. I really like it. So The next couple of months are all about gradually getting stronger, gradually getting in, training condition, gradually getting in my full activity back. I can't wait to ride rollerblades again, and I'm not allowed to until April. And my motorcycle, I can't wait to do that again either. Whew. It's been a long time coming. Only thing that's really kind of bothering me now physically is going downstairs. It's still I'm not fast. I can go up, I'm no problem, but going down is still kind of it's not hit or miss. It's just not fast like I'd like. But, so many times we veterans sit there and struggle by ourselves. We sit there and try to fight these battles alone. And I get it. I totally get it. I used to be the same way. I mean, I don't need any help. I mean, I'm supposed to be able to do all this stuff myself. Who do you think you are telling me that I need help? And one of the things that I've learned here in the last 6 to 8 months is, no one fights alone. Or you can fight alone, but you don't have to. And life is hard enough as it is. So if you don't have to fight alone, why would you? And then the last thing that I kind of want to touch on as we go through this, because this is not the last time I'm going to do MOVE updates through Oscar Mike Radio, is that this is a commitment now, lifelong. Look, when it's my birthday, I'm getting my batch of oatmeal raisin cookies, make no mistake. But there is very cool strategies to be able to maintain your discipline. And then if I want to have some pancakes, or if I want to have, pizza or some chicken wings, I can do that in the bounds of what I'm trying to do with my, dietary goals. And I think that's pretty cool. And I think that's, something that I really want to embrace and do. And you as a veteran, you don't have to do this stuff alone. Like I was saying, you don't have to, fight this fight alone. You can get help and do this. And so, part of this is to let people know that, hey, this program is available. This program is effective, and, this program is not ended. I'm hoping to join the MOVE Alumni program for the purpose of maintaining that kind of proactive approach to my health. Even though I don't like going to the doctor, and shots are just not in my, I mean, you will never see me get a tattoo ever, or a piercing ever. I mean, no, we don't do that. There's really no excuse for me not to take a very proactive approach to managing my health. And for the record, I'm got all my stuff done this year, and I let them extract my blood from my body, and everything came back pretty good. So you want to keep that up. You really want to do it. But one way to take my health a little bit better is to, lose some more weight. Absolutely. And I'm pretty excited to do that and share that with you. So I'll have the link to the VA's MOVE program in this show post. I'm going to close with a big thank you to the fellow veterans who were in the program with me. I really got a whole lot from their stories and their challenges, struggles, and more importantly, their victories. And I just want to thank the team at the VA who, managed our program. It was very, very insightful and really educational and empowering to, understand that these people really cared about our success. So thank you. The VA is not all that bad. Okay, it's not. And I'm going to be back with more updates probably in the April timeframe, because that's when, a lot of these activities that I'm not allowed to do right now, I can really start, going. And then I'll definitely do one in July, when we're supposed to be like really active. But I want to do this as a way to kind of keep this in the limelight and understand that, everybody's working toward a goal. So you can drop me an email at Travis@OscarMikeRadio if you have a question about this. I certainly recommend it to anybody. And I hope you have a good Valentine's Day coming up. I got a good show for that one. And that's it for now. So we are mission in flight, and you all take care. Thank you. I want to thank you for joining me and watching Oscar Mike Radio. Now go to OscarMikeRadio.com and and click shop to check out all the cool merchandise from Authentically American. All proceeds go to veteran service organizations. We are mission in flight.